Do I look like I've had a rough night? Well, the storm lasted halfway through the night anyway. I really have no idea really the concept of time or how long, but what I can tell you is that it slowly rolled in. You know, the first part, it was, I thought it might even skip me. So a lot of just, you know, rolling thunder in the distance, and I'd do the counts, you know, and it took a long time. And then it's funny because I remember falling asleep, or almost falling asleep. I remember feeling the sensation of falling asleep and then waking myself up again. You know, I don't know why. Comfort or thinking about the storm or something, but you know, it was that, oh, are you falling asleep? It's like, oh, just fall asleep. And then almost immediately after, the storm hit, and it was brutal. Like, the entire tent was shaking like crazy. The thunder and lightning was one after the other, and the rain was intense. And that lasted a long time. It was, you know, to the point where I was thinking, you know, what do I do? Is it any safer for me to get into the bush? Wondering if I'm gonna get struck by lightning or if the tent's gonna fall down. And yeah, I did the kneel on the sandals, you know, rubber soles. And I stayed like that for ages, you know, like so uncomfortable, you know, that feeling that, oh my God, will this end, so that I can get off my knees in the tent here. And then eventually the thunder and lightning ended, but it was heavy rain and wind for, I'm gonna guess, half an hour to an hour. And then finally it died down to just a, you know, light sprinkle rain. And so I lay down properly, and although even that, it rained so much, I took on some water at the one end of the tent, the front of the tent. And the back is just the walls were wet, so I didn't want to rub up against it. So I gathered up my sleeping bag and folded it into thirds, and I was like lying on like a third of the air mat, just so that the ends of my sleeping bag wouldn't get wet. But I lay down thinking, okay, just go to sleep like that. And then probably 20 minutes later, the storm started all over again. Wind shaking and thunder and lightning and driving rain, and the tarp just flapping like crazy. I looked this morning and I'm amazed. I wondered a few times, should I get up and check, see if the tarp is still down? And the vent was open. I have a vent that runs the length of the roof, and it was open. I could see through, and I could see that the tent wasn't, you know, still there, or the tarp was still there. So I didn't bother, but I get out this morning, and yeah, I don't know how it's still there. The front, the front right corner and the back left, no, I guess it would be back left, or if you're facing the back right is off. They were tent pegged down, and I had a peg in the middle on the right as well, and it's off. So it's being held by one back peg. Oh, I wonder if my So my one line is on the back still as well. So my back line, one back corner, front line, and one front corner. And that's what held it down, thankfully. But it's weird too because it didn't fold over. So I'll show you, it's weird. You can see the one corner's down, got my line in the middle. That's the corner that's, there's the peg, the corner, right, nothing on that side. I've got my front corner, then my other front corner is just flapping in the wind. Anyway, I'm feeling rough today. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. Really concerned, actually. Hips are sore from the hiking and portaging. My back's tired. Probably only got, I don't know, 3 hours sleep. Everything's soaking wet. So that sucks to pack up soaking wet stuff and then unpack it. Could also make everything else in my pack wet. But the weight of the water is also gonna increase the weight a lot. Oh, one thing that's kind of funny is I did look out though. I'll say I'm happy with the tent. Awesome. But I looked out and I'll just point again. And down here by the front door, you can see all this mossy stuff that I'm on. Let's focus in. So there's all this mossy stuff down here. All right. Anyway, there was water up to the top of it. I looked out at one point and like it was, so there was, I don't know, inches, centimeters. There's like, you know, a centimeter of water at least. And it was flowing. It's flowing. I could see it. Just flowing past the tent. And it was like, I'm not in a tent, I'm in a boat. And for the most part, inside the tent is dry. The floor is dry. It's weird. Maybe it's from my hands or something. There's spots where there's water on the inside, or it could even just be buildup of condensation. But it's just right along the front door. The rain was driving and it was hitting the front of the tent and it seeped in and I have a puddle in there. Anyway, right now it's cloudy. I see blue sky up there, but who knows if it's going to start raining again. I don't. I do have, I wrote down what the forecast for each day was on my little list that I make, but last night was not supposed to be a severe thunderstorm by any means. I think today it said chance of thunderstorm. Maybe not even, maybe it was just rain. I'll look later, but as you can tell, I'm rambling and almost incoherent. I'm tired. I'm gonna take a while. I'm gonna think about this. I might try to get some more rest for an hour or two and then get up. Rest is gonna be super important if I'm gonna get where I have to get to today to do the loop. My other option is to change my plans and not do the loop. The loop to start out with was already possible that it might not happen, but I would still kind of like to get as far as I can go. Truthfully, right now, I'm feeling that this is as far as I can go. Jeez. You know, on the TV shows, you know, that they press the button and, you know, get me the hell out of here now. Yeah, last night. Last night was dicey. And how I feel today. don't feel like tapping, you know, it's not that press the button time, but it's that, geez, how much further can I go without eating enough, without sleep? And in weather like that, now, wet gear. Yeah, my back's tired just standing. Anyhow, I'm gonna take some time and just lie down and rest while I figure out what I'm gonna do. Well, originally I wanted to have this kind of an early morning if I could. I've got two really big portages, 1,500 and 1,000 meters. So I wanted to just get up and push through, give myself as much time as I could. I'm still gonna give myself as much time as I can because I'm beat, even just walking around. My muscles and, you know, joints, they're tired. Even found just a minute ago, I was just looking up at the sky and, you know, I've lost my balance a little bit. So I'm gonna make it a 2 coffee morning. I'm gonna find out if Mountain House scrambled eggs and bacon makes me sick. If it doesn't, then it will give me the fuel I need. What's this? 350 calories. And I'm gonna push through. With any luck, the next lake is Fassett Lake. And with any luck, I'll have, there'll be someone there. I don't think there will be. But if there is, chances are they came through the way that I want to go out. So if there is, I'll definitely go and talk to them and see how they got in. And if they came through along Fassett Creek, then I don't have to worry about not being able to do the loop. That is my main concern right now, because even as it is today, well, no, today's the deciding day. If I turn around, then I have the same amount of time it took for me to get in. If I go to Shada Lake, which is where I plan to today, if I turn around, it's going to take me 3 days again to get out. And I won't be out when I'm scheduled to be out. So, yeah. But I'm going to need to, there's a lot of wet stuff. It's going to be heavy. It's another part of me just trying to take my time a little bit. There's hardly any breeze. There is a little bit of sun, but it's behind cloud. I'm hoping some of the stuff will dry up. I have a towel, and I used it in the tent. It's soaking. I wrung it out, but now it's just, you know, a 5-pound wet towel. So yeah, now with all the water, I'm probably carrying an extra 10 pounds, maybe more. But yeah, I'm just gonna have to take my time, you know. If I have to break the portages up and have rest breaks, so be it. And hopefully the portages aren't too rough. Who knows? They could be nice, level, you know, they could have gondolas set up. I could arrive and there'll be a gondola to carry me the rest of the way. Yeah, probably not. But actually, you know, when you look at the landscape, and here's the thing about Algonquin Park and portages, or any portage for that matter, you look at the landscape, right, and you can see how it's hilly. So the lakes are sitting within, you know, the low spots of the hills. The portages are up and over those hills. My portage is over there, yeah, behind my shoulder here. That larger hill. Anyway, coffee time. I'm on my second battery of the GH4 and it's low, so I'm going to be using the GoPro a lot more today. I don't know how much I'm going to film. I'll definitely film along the way, but I think filming slows me down a lot. So I'll get a few shots here and there, especially paddling. I can set the GoPro up on the tripod and just, you know, turn it on and off as I'm going. Yeah, I'm going to save time where I can so that I can apply that time in like rest breaks or whatever, walking incredibly slow. Yeah, I want to push on. I don't want to turn around. It would suck to turn around and then get back and hear that, oh yeah, no, the creek was completely open and high water level. With all the rain we got last night, it's going to raise the water level. With any luck, it didn't just make it more muddy, but yeah, you would think it would raise the water level, so. Yeah, okay, breakfast time. Okay, so I'm at the other end now. Behind me is Fassett Lake. Yeah, it looks like a nice lake. It's too bad it's so difficult to get to. Very overcast, very humid. On the portage, it was like mist, you know, nearly fog. I would call it fog, light fog. Yeah, I'm drenched. Look at that, look at my clothes. Hey? Like that's, like I've been sweating on this trip, but not that much. Portage wasn't that bad either, I'll say that. I asked for, or I hoped that it would be flat, and it was relatively flat, like it was up and down, but yeah, it wasn't bad. So GoPro memory card is filled up, so I didn't really plan for that. I'm gonna have to stop somewhere and grab another card. It's just buried in the bag right now, and the bugs are bad right here, so I'm not gonna do it here. Yeah, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just check the map. I'm gonna see if there's any campsites along the way to the portage. I think there's only 2 on this lake. There might be 3. It's a pretty big lake. And yeah, if there's a campsite, I'll probably pull over there and take care of the SD card and have a little bite to eat before I get to the portage. It's not looking promising for weather, so if it rains, I definitely want to have the GoPro ready instead of the GH4. This camera, it just much better camera, but doesn't have waterproof housing. It's like water resistant or whatever, but certainly don't want it sitting out in the rain. Anyway, I'll show you what the lake looks like from here. It's nice. It's too bad it's not blue sky, but yeah. Anyway, I gotta get going, and yeah, you'll see more of the lake as I paddle. Yeah, earlier I mentioned the new paddle, so this is it. It's let's see, it's pretty nice looking. Bending branches, sunburst. Right, so it's carbon shaft, T-grip, nice wide blade. Yeah, I'm liking it. I wasn't too sure at the beginning, you know, that the carbon fiber shaft, it has a texture to it, and I thought that it would, you know, wear up my skin, but no, I've got a little callus, but I think I've been building on that all summer. Yeah, it's good. It's very relaxing to be out here today. You know, another thing that I should say is that last night was rough. In fact, the trip so far has been rough. Sickness and difficult portages and thunderstorm. But I think I had a bit of a breakthrough moment again during the last portage. Just feeling, you know, it kind of, I'll say it dawned on me, you know, or it came to me. It's so simple, but just, you know, you can do this. And yeah, you know, it can be difficult tripping and doing stuff on your own because, you know, there's no distractions, and you know, it's easy. You're motivated by yourself, right? Or discouraged by yourself. So, you know, thunderstorm last night and tent shaking and things getting wet and feeling sick to my stomach, and yeah, it's feeling like, forget this, pack it in. Incidentally, breakfast did make me sick again, but that's besides the point. But the thing is, you know, it just takes that little bit of self-motivation. And yeah, change an attitude. And now I'm here. It's nice. Well, this is Shada Lake, home for tonight. And you can see, or you might be able to see, how incredibly sweaty and gross that I am. And I don't know if you'll be able to see in the video, but it's still, you know, misty, hazy, humid. So it's been quite a challenge today because, yeah, I'm sweating like mad. I don't know what the temperature is. Cooler than the last couple of days because the sun's not beating down on me. But I'm going to say that it's still probably 24 or 25 degrees Celsius. With the humidity, obviously. Who knows what. So I have 2 campsites to choose from on this lake. One straight across and then one a little further. I think I'm going to check them both out, but I'm hoping that the one a little further is nicer. I was also thinking about fishing today, but I don't know if I'm going to. It's like a letdown if I don't, but I guess I can always tomorrow as well. But the thing is, my guts were sick this morning, so I don't really know what to eat. I will eat something, but definitely don't want to make it worse. I don't think fish would make it worse, but you know, there's that. There's also the weather. As you could see, or can see in the background, it's like, I don't know why it hasn't rained. Like, thank you for not raining until I got here, you know. Feel free to rain at any time. I'd rather you rain now than overnight. But yeah, there's that, the weather. And then there's the other thing. And this is the main thing that I've been thinking about. This is the spot that I might not be able to get any further. And that worries me. I don't want to have to turn around, you know, and go back. Continuing on, it's 1 day to Manitou Lake. And then I spend the night on Manitou. Then I paddle to T Lake again. That's where I entered. And, well, actually, it's not where I entered. It's the first lake in the park. But then from there out to Kawiwimog. If I'm saying that right. Kawiwimog. I want to go and set up, not camp, but hang my food bag, unload everything, and then go check out the next portage, hike it, and see what the water level's like at the other end. It's not going to give me an idea of what the whole day would be like tomorrow, but hopefully it would show me whether or not on the other side it's mud or if there's good water levels. So I think that's what I'm going to do with my time instead of spending time fishing. Maybe I'll still fish later on, but I think I'm going to be pretty tired. And then all the other reasons, the weather and everything. So it's probably a great day to go fishing, in fact. But yeah, we'll see. I'm not giving up on the idea yet. But let me get to there first, I guess. One step at a time. It's one other thing. It's very, very funny, kind of cute. I'm hiking along on the portage, and then I see this this toad hopping out in front of me, and then he stops, and like, I swear, he looked straight at me, and then he turned around and hopped away. It was just, you know, the little things, you know, struggling with a pack on my back, and then I see this little guy, boing, 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 ah! Anyway, it's been a while since I've had communication with anybody else, so enough of the ramble. Okay, well, I guess it's the campsite that will be closer to the portage. The other one was not burnt out, but there was clearly some sort of fire damage or storm damage. This one is open, west facing, and yeah, looks much nicer. So here, I'll step back again. And so this is camp. So yeah, not bad, eh? The spot right here, basically, that I can set up the tent, so that's cool. And yeah. So I decided, yeah, I'm just gonna hang the food bag up. I'm gonna leave the other bag in the canoe. The extra weight helps. So just, you know, counterbalance the load. So keep the big bag in for now. I'll hang the food bag. No reason for me to pack that along. And then I'll head out to the portage and see what that looks like over there. No reason for you to watch me hang a food bag again, so I'll let you know when I'm ready. Okay, well, food bag's hung and, well, temporarily hung. I'm gonna bring it down again when I get back. And I filled up the water filter, so should have water when I get back as well. Still some, probably 2 cups worth in my water bottle, so get in the canoe, have a drink, and yeah, we'll go check out this other portage and see what the water looks like on the other side.